When he pulled a gun, I felt the danger, so I have to go outside, right? But he is I was nothing.
Yumi Ogawa is a survivor of domestic violence who went from experiencing homelessness to pursuing her dream of becoming a doctor. Her journey is not just about survival, but about resilience, about discovering strength in moments of weakness and finding light even when surrounded by darkness.
For myself, I wanted to overcome my fearness. That's why I learned martial art. Kept going over and over. 4 years after, became a black belt. Now I have a Japanese sword, so I'm basically samurai.
In this conversation, we will explore what it means to truly overcome, how even the darkest chapters of life can become a source of wisdom and joy.
When we are healthy, when we don't have any problem, we complain a lot. Something about ourselves. But when you don't have roof, when you don't have wall, and then somebody constantly stealing something of your stuff, you decide, you know what, I should be more humble.
The more you know, the more the unknown grows. I am Jitesh Vaswani, your host, and together, let's take this journey beyond the known. Yumi, I welcome you to our show.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
Arigato. You know, I heard your story yesterday and it touched me very deeply. You were speaking at the Los Angeles Tribune Film Festival.
Correct.
And your story immediately caught my eye. My heart was going out to you and I thought that I must talk to you. So I appreciate you driving down all the way from San Diego for doing this. I would like to start off right there, right at the heart of your story. Why don't you share with our listeners your story, what happened, and then we go from there.
Yes. My name is Yumi Ogawa, and then I am originally from Japan. I live in San Diego. So story was, I was talking about who I am and then why I was there, especially the women's panel. They're talking about how we can influence or inspire or motivate. So I wanted to share my background. So I was there for the model of a children's book. So my story is I was homeless because of the domestic violence. I have a son. He's 19, but when he was 5 years old, my ex-husband, who is patient, and then he used his weapon to me to control, and then I felt very, very scared. So I have to run away from him with my child. And then here's a American law. If child has a dual citizenship, cannot leave the country without another person's permission. So I stuck in there. If I take my son with me and going back to my mom's house in Japan, immediately I become kidnapper. And he has authority of chase after me. He can do whatever. So I have to stay in United States to fight back and build my life again from scratch.
Describe that moment when that happened for you. What was going on inside your heart? What was going on
Scared
around you?
Yes, and then I put my ex-husband through the all education. I was working hard. Basically, I was a slave. Did you watch that yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, Paro, Indian lady who did everything for husband, and I was like that. And then when I wanted to describe my feelings of unfair or unhappy or not good treat, he just get upset and then tells me horrible things. And then also he said, I'm gonna cancel your green card. You never come back to United States. You don't see your child. So I have to patient. And then this is not right? But I'm sure a lot of people having similar experience right now. And they're staying in the darkness. This is why I came here and I wanted to share my story. Please believe in yourself. Might be very hard. That time was very hard for me too. I wrote down what's gonna be, what I want to have in the future, and it became totally like true right now. Whatever I wished became right now. So I wanted to be free from him, wanted to educate myself. I love arts. So I wanted to learn about any arts, but somehow 2020, COVID-19 came. I wanted to start a new over something. So I decided to learn about martial art. Never done martial art in my life, but because of the weapon he pulled to me, I really wanted to overcome those fear. If I learn martial art, maybe I can handle the situation very well, and then maybe I can aware how to move, don't panic, and then want to correct way to escape. That time he didn't do anything anymore. We were divorced, but for myself, I wanted to overcome my fearness. That's why I learned martial art. And I'm so glad, and I kept going over and over. 4 years after, became a black belt. So now, now I have a Japanese sword martial art. So I'm basically samurai.
Wow, yeah. Well, there's a samurai sitting right in front of me. That's incredible. So you were in a tough spot at that
Yes.
time when you were learning martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Were you already divorced? Were you already separated?
Yes.
Okay.
So sorry about my timeline is up and down.
That's
but
totally okay.
Yeah. So when I was homeless, I had 3 goals.
Well, before you even go there, how did you become homeless? So when that situation was happening, did you leave him?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm sweating a lot.
Oh, no,
Is
that's
this okay?
totally fine.
I'm sorry. So he was irritated all the time. It's a verbal abuse and also the IT abuse, like track where I'm going and watching what I'm doing by web page or email. He check all the time, and just he's insecure. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he had a bad self-esteem and wanted to control me a lot, and then try to kind of destroy who I am. And then I don't want to go negative way, but he was saying very negative about me. So basically he was doing this, I'm the one, only the way to survive. You have to obey to me. That's what he was doing it. Then when I disobey, he used the weapon to irritate me. He doesn't shoot me, but I don't know the bullet is inside or not. So that was the. And then my child was 4 or 5 years old. He's the only witness. He was watching. Actually, he saved me. So when I ran away from, when he pulled a gun, I felt the danger, so I have to go outside, right? But he is an agent, so it's very, very complicated, right? All police is his side. Family, court, judge is for his side. So I was nothing. This is why I decided to, express about it and also strengthen myself. And then it can be something, and then maybe somebody listen this kind of a story, and then we can do together against the federal, abuser who does those kind of stuff. They shouldn't use weapon which government gave for job. It's not the personal use. And also he shouldn't do that to spouse, right? So I believe that sorry, federal I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Thank you very much. Federal people should check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
That's totally okay.
Federal people should check what's going on in their family and how do they use it. And here's the things: if I reported he loses job, that's caused a problem of a family. That's I couldn't do it. So I was wondering how I can fix the problem. But if fix means is I need to be out of it,
Yes.
the situation. That means zero money, nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's just this is how I became a homeless. But life is very precious, and my son, I needed to protect it. I don't know what my ex-husband was thinking, but I have to get out the situation. That's I felt. And then I just ran away. And then, so here's the fact. Homeless shelter is for people who has a problem, and then, but they pick who can go or not. If anybody has danger of their life, they can go. But if just argue, no. So my case, because another person has a weapon, so they took the chance. This is serious things, so I could enter. But only 30 days you can stay. After 30 days, you have to go somewhere else. Only 30 days.
Oh.
How do you find your next place to live? That's why people keep doing over and over. Sometimes we get killed. Sometimes we, suicide with child. This is a happen. Sometimes they become crazy. Sometimes they have a drug or alcohol problem because nowhere to go. So for me, it was very, very scary choice. But this is the only choice I had. And I'm so glad I chose it. It was very tough choice, but I did it.
And I'm sure everybody who's listening to your story is very proud of you for making that choice. I cannot imagine the amount of courage and the amount of willpower it takes to leave a situation like that, because staying in that situation is hard, and leaving also seems to be hard because that person has power over you, right? You left the situation. You entered homelessness. How did you overcome that homelessness?
Well, I had unlucky because my social worker was not doing right. You will see a lot of evil people too. My social worker was not helping at all. And then another social worker was so nice. But once you said you have to use that social worker, she was just lazy. She doesn't do anything. And then she went to the cruise trip, and then she gave me a very thick book of low-income housing information. Here's a book. You find. She left. I was like, how do I find the next place with a child? So I looked at those file. Most of them are like either criminal, mental illness, drug, alcohol abuse. I don't want to go those kind of low income housing with a 5 years old child. I might get the same problem. I was so scared. And then there was only few low-income housing for domestic violence, but it's harder to get in. People doesn't know how many people waiting for this kind of list. Mm-hmm. And then Section 8 is long wait too. America has an economy problem. People doesn't have a great education or title. They're just stuck in there. And your child is small. It's harder to find cheap child care, and they cannot go anywhere. So people stuck in there. And then I was like, whoa, how can I do? But you know what? I'm so glad I used my brain come out the idea and did it. So I don't know, it's a fit with everybody,
Please share it.
but this is, I thought, so I'm very good at the presentation, like making presentation and talking to another people. So I decide, you know what, I'm going to make my own presentation. I called it to the highest level of the homeless shelter and asked her, may I make an appointment with you? Appointment for what? It's not talking about a bad social worker. It's talking about me. So I say, may I introduce myself to you? Because I'm using this facility. I want to know who you are. Then she said, sure. And then I got a 15 minutes appointment. She doesn't know what I'm going to do, right? I brought my old laptop with me and opened it. And then, may I introduce myself? And then gave my presentation. Who I am, what's going on right now, what I want to do, what's the future. I did clearly, this is I want to do. I need your help. She was like, she had never seen those kind of homeless who gave that, like, presentation, right? Then she was like she was very amazed.
Yeah.
And then she said, how can I help you? I said, I need your power to get out the homeless shelter and put into the list of domestic violence survivor who can have low-income housing, but safe place. I know if you use power, you can get them. Please help me. She said, I want to help you because I amazed your presentation. And that I know you will do it. I can feel that. And then she did it. But here's the things. A lot of people who has the same situation, they want to get out.
Yeah.
Most scary things is jealous. She told me, do not tell anybody. And you have to disappear. Don't tell where you're going. I know you feel awful just to save yourself, right? But that's how that works. And then I said, okay, I have to save me and my son. By the way, I wanted to talk about the homeless shelter. I never been to over there, right? So I was super scared. And then I never spoke to the black ladies, a lot of black ladies over there. Then they're wondering why I'm there. I'm wondering why they're there. But we don't talk, but they have sometimes like a huge bruise everywhere, beaten up or broken legs or arms. And we don't want to ask what's happening. But one day, actually, when I was in the homeless shelter, and then I had a part-time job. I do massage. So I have a massage job part-time, and I was making up in the public bathroom, and this is for everybody. So I was crying and making makeup on my face, and then behind I had a bathroom, and then there's a black lady came out. Then we were using long, like, bathroom washing place, and then the mirror is there. So I was doing makeup, and she was looking at me by the mirror. And then we don't talk to each other, but she asked him, why are you crying? Then I said, I'm scared. Scared of what? I don't know my decision. I ran away from my husband. I don't have money to survive. Here, San Diego is very expensive to live. I don't know, I can pay everything with a child. How do I raise up? Am I okay? What am I doing? Maybe I should go back to him. And then quickly the black lady shook the hand like this, and then grabbed my shoulder and turned it to her. And then, hey girl, listen to me. It's important things I'm going to tell you. You made the best choice. this is the best choice. You got free from bad guy. You made best decision right now. Do not go back. I'm so glad. I don't know her, but we just have the same experience of domestic violence. Later on, I became friend, but she just encouraged me to keep going. I'm so glad that she said that, because I was almost going back to home. But because of one person's message can help another person's message. That's why I'm doing this, right? I appreciate when she said that. She had a very, very hard time. Her case was she has 4 kids, and then she drove from Texas to San Diego to run away because the husband tried to kill them, all kids too. So she had a very hard situation too. So we became encourage each other. So when I spoke to the highest level of a domestic violence shelter, and then she told me, yeah, you cannot say goodbye. Just leave them alone. And then leave and then save yourself. Hurts me a lot. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry. I dropped everything.
it's okay. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Oh,
thank you. Yeah, hurts me a lot because she saved me, but I had to save myself. But that's how we have to survive. Then when I got another low income housing right away, next day.
yeah.
Just could go over there right away. And I'm so glad I have my own fridge. Nobody steal my food. Because in the shelter, somebody steal your stuff. Even though, and one day, finally I got the money and I bought the grocery food, and then put in the fridge, and it disappeared. And then my son said, "Mom, why people steal in here?" I told the son, they don't have money they're very starving. They're hungry. Let's share. We can survive. So me and my son, we were eating $1 hamburger a day. He's 5 years old. He doesn't understand everything. So if he said, "I'm hungry more," I didn't eat a few days, and I gave everything to my son so he can survive. I promised I want to cook my own food and then raise my son up by great nutrition. And then I believe that great nutrition helps emotionally stable. And then it's very ashamed of myself, like I couldn't feed my child correctly by my cooking, but that's how I have to survive that time. And I did it. I was craving. So when I see the homeless, before I come here, I had to go to the bathroom, so I stopped by first food place, and then there's a lot of homeless was asking, like, can I have food? And food, I totally understand their feelings. So this experience made me more understanding of people. So I don't try to not judge homeless people, because we don't know what's behind of a story, right? So I hope that you guys shouldn't judge because you have a roof, because you have a job, because you have your own fridge. That means it's not allowed to judge another people. Just give it a chance, give forgiveness, give the blessing to them. They might need to overcome too, like we did it, right? I still have some of the stuff I needed to overcome too, So made me more better person.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I have no words, to be honest. I have so many goosebumps. I'm getting emotional as you're getting emotional.
Sorry.
No.
Crying.
You don't have to. You don't have to be sorry like this.
When we are healthy,
Yeah.
when we don't have any problem, we complain a lot. Something about ourselves. But when you don't have roof, when you don't have wall, and then somebody constantly stealing something of your stuff, you decide, you know what? I should be more humble. Maybe I should give more forgiveness. That's how you can be who you are.
Yeah.
And it made me more soft but strength same time. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
And then I wanted my son to be not judgmental.
Yeah.
Let's share. Let's share. Then he said, share again? Yeah, let's share. You know, people will share for us. People help us too. Let's share. If they're hungry, we share.
Hey, a quick pause. If you're listening to this and thinking, I need more peace in my day, more clarity in my mind, then I'll really encourage you to check out The Art of Living. The Art of Living offers a technique called Sky Breath Meditation, used by CEOs, pro athletes, and high performers around the world to recharge their energy, clear that mental fog, and reset the nervous system in minutes. They offer programs both online and in person. It is science-backed and it works. Head to artofliving.org to learn more. Yumi, I'm amazed at your heart. And that's the beauty of a mother and motherhood, right?
Mother have to guide, right? Mother have to guide my child, my son. I don't want him to be like ex-husband, abusive, controlling, taking somebody's something, always judge another people, always look them down. I don't want him to do that. So I try my best. I don't know what he think, but he's a very, very great child.
Wonderful. So when you were going through that phase, how did you eventually overcome
So
homelessness? Yeah.
first things I did, have a dream. You have to have a dream because when you want to go to the trip, you have to know where to go, right?
Yeah.
So first things is you have to have a dream and make it about your dream. It's not that a lot of people fail for the prayer. God decide your way. No. I decide where I want to go. And then they give a blessing. That's what we have to do first things. So I decided 3 things. I was holding my son's
Yes.
hand, and then only where we could spend the time was walking around the downtown of San Diego. If we stay at the homeless shelter, we have to see a lot of hardness, like woman got beaten up a lot. And then I don't want to show to my son. It was too hard. Both of us. And then he kept asking, what's happened about her? You know, and then when woman is under pressure, 30 days to stay, right? If you couldn't find the next level, next place to go, do you know what's happening? I saw a woman, mother, had 2 kids. She was beating up the child in the homeless shelter because she was under the pressure. And I stopped her. Why you are doing that? She said, I don't have nowhere to go. I have a baby. I have a 3 years old child. Where to go? He doesn't listen to me. But you cannot beat it up. She was kicking on the floor, like a kick, and then I have to stop. People become crazy if they don't get what they need. This is basic stuff, right? Housing, roof, wall. Those stuff, if you don't have only way, I need to go back to that husband again. That's she was saying it. But there is no way to do. So people always say, go to the homeless shelter. They will help you. Yeah, they help just a little bit. And then not serious about that. And then social worker, go to the holiday trip. and then gave me that thick. Oh, you call it. I called 100 times, 100 places. There was no way to find it. So I totally can understand why she became crazy, right?
Mhm.
I hope she's doing well. We couldn't talk or keep in touch after that. It's a lot of hurting things you have to see. But I told myself, keep yourself to be healthy. Keep yourself to be going what you have to do. I know I only can pray for them, but I hope that they get help too. And then another people, they're addicted for help and they don't independent themselves. So good and bad, like helping another is great, but if they addicted, they don't help themselves too. So that's why we need to be very careful.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know what is the best way, but whoever watching this and you're in the situation, trust yourself. There is a way to do it. Don't depress like, oh, there's no way to do that. No, there is the place to go or doing stuff. And so going back to the how we can overcome, you have to have a dream, made a clear dream. So I was pondering, what do I want to do? What the things makes me happier or more like positive things to do, not just for the living. Something I want to do so bad. That's I have to find it. So 3 things I did it. One is going back to school, educate myself because I gave the chance to my ex-husband, right? Money, time, opportunity, everything I gave because our culture, Japanese culture, we give everything to husband. That I did it. I didn't know. I mean, I was young and, didn't have experience. And then he was like willing to have sake, right? So I gave everything. But this time, I have to figure out for myself. And then I was not sure, like, can I go medical field? That time because my English is not perfect or anything. And I was not sure, am I smart enough or not? That was kind of like that. So second one was I want to learn about art. And then I did the martial art. And then I achieved. Third one is volunteer work. I want to help another, and I really like to serve another. That makes me more humble, and then more appreciate what I have. Small things to appreciate. That's the most amazing and the beauty, and it's important. People are like too much. This country is way too much. Plus. But our culture, minus, and figure out, minimize the best things. What do you want? And then appreciate that's the things. So we don't have to have too much. For example, I do the tea ceremony, matcha tea ceremony. And then, I don't know, you ever had a matcha tea ceremony?
I love matcha.
You like?
But I've never been to a tea ceremony though.
Oh, you haven't? So, matcha tea ceremony, we give it like 3 sips of the drinking, not a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Here, America, 1 plate, a whole bunch.
Yeah, big.
Big, everything,
big,
right?
Yeah.
That's why overweight and like
Yeah.
over things, right?
Yeah.
So our way is very minimum.
Yes.
And then appreciate of the way. 3 sips, but you appreciate it. First, we eat the sweets of a Japanese sweet.
Yeah.
Beautiful, like seasonal sweets. We eat and have a sweetness. Then after that, we're gonna use those green tea and a very bitter, like very deep, those flavors coming and then neutralize the mouth, right? And then last piece, when we sip it, and then we make noise, like, and then that's how host will understand. Okay, this is and they will offer one more time. Would you like to have some? Then usually we say, "Oh, we had enough," and then we keep going. But that is the way to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
I think Japanese culture has the moment to realize who you are, why you are doing this, and then what's the space of this. Like who is around of you? How do you appreciate the nature? And bring the nature inside of the house, like by ikebana. And even though we do the incense and then we smell about the incense and open our mind too. So in the future, when I became a doctor, I want to bring those stuff to my clinic so my patient can enjoy those stuff, Japanese culture stuff to find out. But
Wow.
anyway, so how do I overcome? I'm sorry. It's
No,
a
this is good.
side way. I hope you guys can edit a lot.
Don't worry about it. We'll make sure that your story stays intact.
Okay,
This is
all right.
wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for living,
Yeah.
we have to have money, right?
Yes.
But money was only limited. It was little money. And also I have to go through the all fight with my ex-husband for the child custody. And if I go back to Japan, I will lose everything. So I cannot do that. I have to stay in here. And I need to survive. Somehow I need to survive, right? Luckily, the low-income housing that time was only 20% of what you make. So very, very little money was fine. But you have to show all like a bank statement and how much you made it by offshore, everything you have to check. Then low-income housing is almost like a jail, but more easy jail. So they are checking you don't have drugs, you don't have illegal stuff in your house. They always come and check. So you have to understand this is part of it. And then group discussion, therapy, psychologists to talk, and then kind of like that. So how I overcome? I have to think differently. Like not the one way. It's to think different. What I thought was, okay, housing rent is very cheap right now. Let's focusing on something else to grow. Housing, I can stay there like a 1 year, maximum is a year and a half. 1 year is average. If your situation is better, for example, you have a family, somebody can help, you can get out too.
Yeah.
But I don't have a family, I don't have a good situation. So I worked so hard. I started making more money to survive. So not just $1 hamburger to survive with child. I wanted to have more income. And a lot of people fail this too. Work hard and making money is the best things. But it's not. How do I know? From my son.
Right.
I had 5 massage companies business, right? Like they call me, hey, Yumi, can you come over? So I go there and they're making money, right? One day I brought my son. I couldn't have money for the child care. So child care is very expensive in United States too.
Right.
So I brought my son with me. I asked the owner, can I borrow one room so my child can go there? And then maybe he can wait in that room. She said, yeah, I don't mind. So I brought the food, drink, game, paper, color, pens, and so he can have fun, right? The iPad, and then he was staying there 4 hours. I felt so bad. But, I had 2 clients and both of them 90 minutes massage and then also preparation and
Right.
talking. So he waited 4 hours. And then when I came out, then went to his room, he drew the picture of a $1 million bill. And I felt, okay, he needs to buy something. That's how I thought. So I said, hey, son, do you need to buy something? Why you draw this $1 million? And then he said, Mom, so you don't have to work hard this much. I want to have fun with me. And then if I don't have to work, what do you want to do? I want to go to the beach with you. If we have $1 million, can you go to beach with me? It slapped in my face. I thought money can fix everything. But it's not the money thing. We have to decide what's the most valuable, what's the priority of your life. Priority of life is my song. That's how I understood. But same time, I need money too. But I need to trust myself, how I can grow. So I cannot leave my song is like that, right? So I quit 3 jobs and I kept the 2 of them. One is my own business. Another one is like retail stuff, something they buy, and I can come, I can get the more income. So I did it. And then rest of the time, I don't worry. Spend the time with my son.
Wow.
So he doesn't feel that the way.
Wow.
I tried. But he was worried, mom has money. Is she okay,
Yeah.
So I tried to not talk about that. And then I try my best to cook and then give you the best meal. And then he was very happy. And then he said, like, Mom, your food has a special ingredient. What's that? Love. Your love made a very, very good food. That's why it tastes so good. So he knows that. So I'm great. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what he was doing it. So we work hard. I worked hard, and then I try my best at being mother, spend the time, and then somehow universe blessed me after my decision. My income increased more than I used to work a five companies job, and then I realized a lot of people are coming. And then actually, I don't know, you were watching yesterday. So I became a model of a book, right? The guy who had a stage 4 cancer, and then he couldn't eat anymore. His daughter asked me, can you bring a Japanese bento box to him? Maybe he can eat. I said, okay, sure. Why I said sure? This guy helped my business in the beginning. I was just a very new business owner of my massage store. And then he came, and then I fixed his lower back. He couldn't move very well. He wrote a wonderful Yelp comment. Then people were reading and then coming back. So I wanted to help him. Anything I can do. That's why I brought the bento box, and then he was eating like crazy. He was so happy. And then on the top, I brought the tea ceremony things. I'm sure hospital and the stage 4 is hard. But if I can bring something and then change his thought, or even the taste of some matcha tea makes him happy, I wanted to do it. So I brought everything, wear kimono, and then doing a matcha ceremony. He was like, wow, what is that? And then he was amazed. And there was a quiet time. We don't talk to each other, but we accepted who they are. And then basically we say goodbye for our life, 2 weeks later, he passed away. But before he passed away, he wrote the happening. This is why inspired that American author, Tess. And then she wrote the book of a children's book, and I became a model of a children's book. So little kindness became something else. That's why, how we met too.
Yes. What an incredible, there's so much to learn from you.
Oh, really?
Yumi. And I think like everybody who's watching, and if you are stuck in a situation like this, I think I can draw so many lessons from your life. So step number 1 is it's gonna be better, right? It's a dream. Dream big, have a vision for your life, and you can make it happen. Second is to educate yourself and learn. And the beauty of what you all shared, even when you're going through a tough time, never forget to serve.
Yes.
Kindness is everything.
Never forget origin, who you are.
Who you are.
This is most important. Because a lot of people, once they became succeed, forget about that,
Yeah.
right? But serving another, you will understand where you came from, why you are doing it. Our luck, people want to have a good luck, right? Oh, I want to have a good luck. Good luck is not by yourself.
Yes.
Always involved with another person.
Yeah.
If you're serving another, you will have good luck. Why? Because they want to accept you. They want to help you. They want to do something. This one called good luck. And a lot of people misunderstood about the good luck. Good luck is not by themselves to come up like plants. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Daily activity of yourself, daily activity of what you think, daily activity of what you're communicate with another. That's make good luck. So if you are helping, yes, good luck is coming. And then, I don't know, in America, people think about your ancestry too. Whoever built who you are, and they brought the history from all the way back, right? They brought the history and then created us. I appreciated my ancestors. They worked so hard. They put the efforts. And then I came out, right? So needed to think about those kind of ancestry too. This is a wonderful thing. If you kept those things and work hard, and then luckily I got more clients are coming, and then stable my economical situation, right? Otherwise you cannot go back to college. So I did it first, then started going back. And then because of the spell of my ex-husband, told me negative things about me, like you're not smart, you shouldn't go to college, you're a dumb person, you shouldn't do anything but just keep doing house stuff, raising a child and cook for me and then do everything what I order. And I trusted, somehow brainwashed, that is me. But when decided to going back to college, I was so scared because I thought I might be not smart enough to go, but that's he was telling me, right? So I believed it. I tried so hard. 6 years I tried over and over, but I passed out on the campus because of fear, and I just suddenly started sleepy and passed out. And then when I woke up, I just couldn't apply to school and then just go home. So I did 6 years to apply to community college and not succeed. So during 6 years, what I did, I listed up anything. Whoever told you, you are not good enough, you cannot do it. I listed up everything. First, I wanted to be a soccer player. Then my mother told me, you're a woman, you cannot do it. And I said, why? That's a men's sports. You cannot do it. Then I said, why? I love it. I'm good at it. But she said, no. So I decided, join the soccer club and started to play soccer. And then they're like, why you came here? Well, I want to play soccer. And then anyway, I did. So I achieved a few years I play with, local leagues and then just enjoy, that time was very good. This time was kind of, I'm old, but I try my best. And then I felt good, right? So next, and then I did the next level is like this Hawaiian fla dancing. And then whole bunch of stuff I learned. And I realized I achieved already. Okay, next. The last one was Spanish. I wanted to speak Spanish. So last one was Spanish. And I wanted to learn. And I went to the language classes. It was like $500 a month. And I felt I cannot afford it. So the cheapest and the best way was going back to school. Community college to teach. So I decided, Yumi, just Spanish class, not the whole entire general education, just the Spanish. So I'll go over there. I was so shaking, right? They passed out all the time, but just do it. Then finally I could enter. 6 years after I tried, took a long time. And then I was so nervous in the class. I studied like 3 times more than native speaker. I tried so hard. And then I got the A plus.
Wow.
I was like,
Great.
what? And then I asked the professor, is this like because you wanted to give it just nice because, where I came from? And then like, no, you did it. You did it. Your test score is great. You study so hard. You submit all homework. I was like, whoa. I thought I'm not smart enough. And then maybe, this is a miracle happen, right? So next one, I'm going to try one more class. So I did psychology. I became the top student in psychology to A plus again. And the professor likes me a lot. And then we become a very good friend. And even though she asked me, can you be my assistant and help me out? What do you mean? So she's a judge of a death penalty judgment she have to do at the court. So she wanted to come up and listening all stuff and then, tell opinion. But have to be American, and I kept the Japanese citizenship, so I couldn't do it. And also I didn't want to hear horrible stories, so it's very hard for me to listen. So I appreciate it, but that much professor loves me, I really appreciate. Then I realized, you know what? I should try more. Then I started taking more and more, and then realized I'm pretty good. I thought I'm not smart, but I am pretty smart. And then COVID-19 came, and I lost my massage job because I couldn't touch.
Right.
Because with the economical situation was very hard. My boyfriend left at that time. And I realized, I have to do something. Otherwise, my identity was wiggle. I didn't know who I am. I think everybody had that moment, right? Once you cannot do your own job, you don't know who you are. And then such a far away from Japan. And then that's I decided, you know what? I am going to start new things, which is martial art. That's how I started. And I forgot to tell why I came up with this idea to my son. My son was like 13, 14 years old, and he didn't know what's happening. But mother pulled out the sword and he certainly swing in the house. And then he felt like, Mom, are you going to kill your ex-boyfriend? That's he thought. No. I want to learn about martial art, and also our ancestors used to make swords in Japan. 900 years.
Wow.
They're making their legend. So I wanted to learn about that. Maybe help my identity.
Right.
Like, okay, the beginning was bad, and I couldn't do very well and horrible. But I believed in myself. If you kept doing every day, over and over and over, maybe you become something. Then, COVID time, nothing to do. So I studied so hard online and the swing sword. Then that's how I became, black belt. That's how I became pre-med. And then, homeless shelter time, my social worker told me, homeless is hopeless. But 14 years later, most of them my pre-med.
You're almost done with your pre-med.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Next year, I'm going
Incredible.
to transfer to, thank you, transfer to 4 years college. Then I have another business idea. So I want to take online class, how to build clinic business, and then hopefully open my massage business in Kyoto, Japan. So I want to own the house.
Wonderful.
And then hopefully hire a few therapists and then run the business so I can go back and forth Japan and here. And then, I will built the business in Japan and taking class of how to make a clinic business.
Wonderful.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's incredible. So if somebody has to find you, Yumi, where do they find you now? Like on TikTok is the best place?
So I
They
filled
should
out.
search your name?
Yeah, I searched I filled up your stuff. Like you can search
Yes.
my website and then YouTube. I don't have it yet, but I will make it in the future.
After this episode drops, I'm sure there will be people wanting to
Oh,
find
really? Yeah,
people.
TikTok is open for everybody. I have around 60K followers, and a lot of people want to hear, but I don't know how to open this kind of stuff. I just post whatever I like a day, like what's my daily activity or my thoughts. Try to be positive.
Wonderful.
Yeah, sometimes interesting stuff I post, but
Nice. That's great.
yeah.
I'm sure it's very interesting. We will link all the links that Yumi passed along to us.
Sure.
So everybody make sure you follow her and you share her story with your family, friends, and especially those who might be struggling right now. And this episode is going to give them a lot of inspiration and hope. So we thank you, Yumi, for your
My
time here.
pleasure.
We appreciate you.
I
Your
appreciate it too. Well, whoever has the hardness, just don't give up. Stand up is the most important. Standing up. Try again. Do again. It's okay to fail. Just stand up. That's the power of our living. Stand up. Why human is not completed? Because we can stand up again. This is the beauty of a human being. And if you can support another people, help them out, it's another level of beauty. So I hope this message can belong to somebody else too, and then help them out, come out the fear. You can do it. I am doing. I am not the movie. I am living human being, which is not completed, but I am doing it. So this is a real story.
Incredible. Thank you so much. This is so powerful.
Thank you
I
so
feel
much.
honored to have you here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, a quick pause. I want to share a resource I've personally trusted for years. And when it comes to living well, not just in moments of meditation or reflection, but in everyday life, what we put into our bodies matters deeply. And that is why I love Shri Shri Tattva. It's a brand rooted in authentic Ayurveda, from daily wellness supplements to natural personal care, all crafted with ancient wisdom and modern purity. No shortcuts, no hypes, just products that support real well-being from the inside out. For me, it's all about alignment between what I practice and what I teach and how I live. And Shri Shri Tattva helps me bring some of that care into my daily routine. You can explore their offerings at shrishrittattvausa.com. I highly recommend checking them out. The link is also in my description below. I want to share something I've been personally loving. Shankara's Ghee Sutra is one of those rare products where ancient wisdom meets modern skincare. It's crafted from ghee that's churned 10,000 times. Yes, 10,000. Blended with Ayurvedic botanicals like hibiscus, bamboo, and it penetrates deep, up to 7 layers, to nourish, hydrate, and bring your skin back to life. No harsh chemicals, no surface level fixes, just deep, authentic care from the inside out, like everything we talk about on this show. You can check it out at shankara.com